With a lot of things still hidden underground, every dawn on our planet comes with shocking discoveries. From the incredible remnants of the past to the unconvincing otherworldly beings. Let's dig deep to find the most unbelievable discoveries made by scientists which shocked the whole world. Greek skeletons. With their wrists clamped together in iron shackles and screeching facial expressions, 80 human skeletons were unearthed during an excavation of an ancient Greek site in Athens. Some were found lined up, some on their back and others on their stomachs. This kind of ritual burial suggested that they were victims of a mass execution, but their crime is still unknown. According to experts, most of them were young and are thought to be the followers of the ancient tyrant Cylon of Athens, whose period dates back to the 5th and 8th centuries. Ancient aliens. Aliens might have ruled the world before humans, and must have forgotten to take back their remains. I mean, this entry certainly makes me think so. Unusual in shape, heavy in size, and stored for millions of decades, this freaky-looking skull opened a new chapter in the series of evolution after it was discovered in 1928. The strange, elongated skull was found in a quite well-preserved condition in Peru, and it is believed to be 2,000 years old. Besides this one, many others with the same bizarre shapes were found at different locations. Even after various DNA tests, scientists are not sure about the mysterious specimen, although some believe it to be head-shaping developed over time. But there is still a possibility that these might belong to some extraterrestrial beings. Mysterious human fetus. On the southern shore of Bolivia, there was another mystery resting in the town's museum. A human-looking creature with some of the most non-humanoid features. With a bizarre cone-shaped skull and contracted ribs, the specimen is believed to be a human fetus of 7 to 9 months old, and was a stillbirth. According to some experts, this kind of abnormality was just a result of some genetic anomaly, while some suggest that it could be due to breeding of a Homo sapien with some non-human species. The odd-looking human fetus with some other specimens having the same queering features is still a mystery to be unfolded. Giant's mummy. Another mind-blowing discovery was made in 2015 when a catacomb was excavated during a roadside construction in northwestern Iran. A strange mummy was found lying in the sarcophagus, which was thought to be a human, but it was unusually large. The completely intact and perfectly preserved body was decorated with gold jewels, eyes were replaced by coins, and a crown had been placed on its head. On top of his chest was a fish-shaped gold plate embedded with mysterious Sumerian codes. The finding of this supernatural body made many experts think that the body might belong to a giant named the Anunnaki that was believed to be almost 12,000 years old. Mysterious METEPEC. A group of Mexican farmers in May 2007 was frightened to find a strange animal with unfamiliar features, and it was sent to a lab for investigation. With its origin totally unknown and unspecified DNA, the species was a complete mystery, whose 3D scanning was sent to experts all over the world for analysis. The hairless body with a roughly humanoid shape had some human characteristics, but was neither identified as human nor did it resemble any other animal. A few claimed it to be a hoax, but according to the people who found it, the creature was alive and moving when discovered. So, could this specimen provide evidence of extraterrestrial life, as scientists are still not sure about this METEPEC creature? Mass grave of children. Another shocking discovery was made a few years back when a large burial site was unearthed in Peru. More than 140 bodies of children were found resting in the graves, who were aged between 5 and 14. According to experts, they belonged to a civilization between the 10th and 15th centuries, and it was believed to be a ritual burial, as the bodies were found with open rib cages and missing sternums, possibly for the removal of hearts. This incredible discovery is thought to be the world's largest burial site, and experts are still hopeful to recover more mysterious remains like this. NAZCA alien. An anomalous discovery in Nazca has sparked a controversy among netizens, as a team of scientists is claiming to find some non-human remains. With a deformed head, large eyes, unspecified nose, and holes in the place of ears, the mysterious 5-foot-long body was mummified while sitting and completely covered in white dust. Strangely, the figure had 3 long fingers instead of 5, which made it even more rare and different from a human. Even after complete DNA testing, scientists are not sure how old the sample was and to which species it belonged to. However, they are convinced enough that it definitely has some extraterrestrial anatomy. Giant tail. How big was the dinosaur if its tail was this big? And look at this guy cleaning the huge fossil with such a small brush. What was he thinking while doing this? This anonymous tail was found inside the desert near the small town of General Cepeda in the border state of Coahuila. 50 vertebrae were uncovered and were believed to be skeletal remains of a hadrosaur, or a crested duck-billed dinosaur that roamed our planet some 70 million years ago. It was considered to be Mexico's first complete dinosaur tail, and now archaeologists are hoping to look for more details of the rare discovery. Dinosaur egg. 72-million-year-old dinosaur egg. For real? No one could believe that until the dinosaur embryo was discovered inside the fossilized egg. As per scientists, this was the best preserved specimen of its kind ever found. This embryo, dubbed Baby Yingliang, was discovered in Guangzhou in southern China. Just looking at this egg, it seemed like some artistic sculpture because of its unique position called parking, in which they curled their body for 17 days with their head like the eagle's baby egg, and then moved into a final tucking position. This rare find amazed people because no one could believe an egg with the baby can stay protected like this. This is just amazing. Asian dinosaur. Have you ever thought, if dinosaurs never became extinct, I wonder what the Earth would look like today? Would they evolve, or would they remain undeveloped like so many other species? Or maybe they would just take over the world. This video is from Madhya Pradesh, India, where scientists found a rare fossil later identified as Asia's oldest dinosaur fossil. To me, it looked more like some ancient precious rock. It has been said that this region of India is full of magical resources, from fossilized sharks to eggs of extinct species. You know, you can actually find here what happened on Earth 1 million years ago. Argentina fossils. Imagine you were walking on the road and this giant appears in front of you. Scary, right? The site was recorded in Argentina in 2012, when a group of scientists discovered the remains of a dinosaur, which is said to be the largest dinosaur ever found on the Earth. And its fossils proved the theory right, because this giant specimen is about 100 to 115 feet long and weighs almost 170,000 pounds. In truth, it was the Titanosaur that came from the family of sauropod dinosaurs. The whole structure was hidden in the thick mud and was found after extensive digging. 3.8 million year old remnant. Do you want to know who's present on the Earth for like 3.8 million years? Alright, well I'll tell you, but let me be clear on one thing. He's a total freak. It's a matter of the Afar region of Ethiopia, when the Natural History Museum and University of Michigan geologists conducted research and discovered an extremely rare fossil. A human ancestor, perhaps? Wow, it's magical! But wasn't it supposed to be buried? Now I suppose it never will, as it's been shifted to the museum. The person never knew it was going to end up as an exhibit forever. Researchers claim that this is going to be a game changer in their understanding of human evolution. Sea dragon fossil. A group of 8 people measuring one sea dragon? Yes! They were this massive. Moving forward to the most extraordinary discovery and one of the greatest finds in British history. These fossils were found in England's Midlands in August 2021 by scientists during their research process. The 82-foot-long fossil was recognized as the remains of an ichthyosaur that lived about 180 million years ago. They belong to a family of marine reptiles, which first appeared approximately 250 million years ago and went extinct around 90 million years ago. Skin relic. Okay, but I mean, it looked more like a construction project than scientific research. This is no ordinary fossil. It's the best find of all. A dinosaur fossil recently discovered in Alberta's Badlands was found in the most rare condition, as its skin was still intact. The skin of a species that we didn't know existed until now. Now this was something beyond belief. It brought more joy and excitement to everyone than a usual discovery. Scientists claim that this was the rarest finding, which will always be one of the most remarkable of history. 2 ancient skeletons. Imagine just dying, and thousands of years into the future, people randomly look at your remains and comment on how silly your doomed position was. The video showed the bodies of a man and his slave found in the Roman city of Pompeii's ruins. The bodies were found at the staircase of a villa. Their death was caused by escaping the first volcanic eruption that destroyed the city, but could not hold out from the blast the next day. They left at the young ages of 18 and 25, but remained in the world forever. Their bodies were packed with plaster so that their images can be preserved. Mysterious bone structures. What are these bones? Some standing mysterious stones? Or perhaps some kind of highlighted path to represent a hidden message? Some unknown structures have been found in Saudi Arabia. Thousands of rock gates constructed to trap animals, and some of them used as actual graves across the lava fields known as Heret Kaibar and Heret Uwaybrid. It was found by the archaeologists using Google Earth, who explored the land of Saudi Arabia. These stones are also known as desert kites. It's an extremely rare place to witness, as these types of mysterious findings are certainly not everyday discoveries. 300-year-old mummy. Shouldn't things like this be done in a lab under the right conditions to maintain preservation? Like what happens if the box contains some old viruses? This moment was filmed in Vietnam, when a 300-year-old mummy was found inside a box. It was all wrapped under cloth. Isn't it frightening? But all the people were gathered to watch it, and they were opening it like there was some kind of treasure hidden inside. I really don't know what they were thinking while opening such a historic specimen, and yet they're brave enough to do all of this with naked hands. Credit where credit is due. Mummified CROCS. Legends of Egypt definitely have no ending. While excavating the unexplored desert of Kubet al-Hawa in 2019, archaeologists remained spellbound to see mummified monsters of the Nile. The 10 astonishing samples include 5 heads, and the rest of the 5 were nearly intact, complete bodies. This strange cache of mummified bodies was found in the sand pits near the western bank of the Nile, and each of them was estimated to be 6 to 11 feet long. With completely intact and uncovered bodies, these ancient CROCS were believed to be mummified without resins or the evisceration process. Toad jar. If the strange mummified practices of Egypt didn't amuse you anymore, let me take you to Jerusalem, where archaeologists have unearthed something really out of the ordinary. In 2014, during the excavation of a 4,000-year-old tomb, a team of archaeologists put their hands on some huge jars that, according to them, must have contained some ancient treasure. But to their surprise, the jars were hiding some tiny bodies of 9 toads that had been brutally decapitated. Scientists were not sure why the headless toads were put inside the jars. However, many of them believed that it could possibly be part of funerary rituals practiced during the middle of the Bronze Age. Oldest shipwreck found. This was the matter of the Mexico-Caribbean, when during a research operation, archaeologists found a 200-year-old shipwreck at the sea coast. It was extremely rare, as it was of English origin from the late 18th and early 19th centuries, and became the 9th Florida underwater archaeological preserve. The shipwreck was found in 2004, and it was believed to be used by one of the Southern Pacific Railroad that was a crossway among the range. Finding a ship like this is truly a classic gem. Ancient Chinese medicine. If you think medicine is an invention of modern times only, then you are wrong, as Chinese archaeologists have successfully surprised the world again after unearthing plant relics from the tomb of an ancient emperor. The ancient herbs were found completely preserved and are thought to be at least 2,200 years old. These earliest samples of processed traditional Chinese medicine were used to treat arthritis, which was previously known as rheumatic disease. Extinct sloth fossils. While searching for artifacts in 2014, a team of divers was stunned to find some very huge and unique samples. During an underwater expedition of a Cuban cave, some 70 feet below the surface, remains of 3 sloths were found. Scientists were not exactly sure when they went extinct, but they were estimated to be some 4,000 to 5,000 years old. The remains of these extinct animals include a sloth femur, a large tooth, and a piece of arm. And all these rare parts belong to an animal which was believed to be 13 feet tall when alive and weighed more than an adult elephant. Laser-cut rock. A rock split down the middle, just like a straight laser cut. The Al-Nasla rock consists of 2 sandstones, with support of a naturally created pedestal with a sharp cut in the middle. This is huge in size and creates an artistic sight for onlookers. They became a mystery due to their unusual presence. However, the reason behind its outstanding condition is still a puzzle, but many people do not find it to be natural and believe in the possibility of the use of laser beams to cut the rock in half. NABTA stone circle. The stone circles located at the NABTA were captured from southern Egypt. These were mainly placed at the outside area, but recently shifted to the Nubian Museum in Aswan. They are standing in different sizes, and some of them are very small, while others are giant, creating quite the poetic sight. These were present here from almost 8,000 years ago, and one of the stones appears to represent a cow. They are considered to have influenced the idea to lay out the Giza pyramids in some way, but it got its own recognition, and now people know it as the Great NABTA stones. This perplexing image of non-human creatures has sparked a controversy among internet users, as no one knows where and when this discovery was made. The unfamiliar figures, though, have some humanoid features to them, but their skinny bodies and elongated skulls made them more like some extraterrestrial beings. Nothing more about these rare creatures is known, but according to some sources, the rare discovery was made in Mexico during the excavation of an ancient cemetery, and since then, it has been kept hidden. However, the Mexican scientific community has totally denied the theory, making these aliens even more mysterious. If any one of you out there knows something more about these humanoid alien creatures, please let us know by commenting below. ATACAMA. What you are seeing on the screen right now is a tiny 6-inch long specimen that was found during the excavation of a town in the Atacama Desert in 2003. The weird-looking sample, though looking like a human being, had a bulbous head and 10 ribs instead of 12. At first, the miniature body was thought to be some sort of extraterrestrial, but then a team of researchers, after detailed analysis, was able to identify it as a human female who was diagnosed with 64 genetic mutations, many of which have never been seen before. Since its discovery was made in the Atacama Desert, the rare piece was given the common name Ata. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.